Hi, my name is Kelsey Hoagland, and our group did the gender disparity in sports announcers. The background on this project, we talked about how Title IX created a lot more equality for people in the sports industry, but not necessarily for those who worked it. The first women's sportscaster was the wife of a male sportscaster, and she was only allowed to participate in sportscasting for African American sports. Prior to the 60s, there was only a little documentation on female sportscasters, just going to prove even more how little people cared about women in the sportscasting industry. Today, many of the women are only given behind-the-scenes jobs where they are not going to be seen up in front and close and personal with the sportscasting industry. Many times they are only the researchers who actually research the projects and the sports events and aren't allowed to actually sportscast on the TVs.
So my name is Brenna Weston, and we had two main graphics in our poster. The first is about reporters throughout the years and the minorities of many minorities, but there are women and the percentages of how small they are. And even white women is only about 1% in 2012. And African American women is like 0.008% in 2012. Women in total just didn't even qualify underneath the percentage. And then we have the keywords used by the NCAA articles for men's and women's basketball. This is a graphic to show you how women in sports fields are disrespected and not really taken seriously. One of the main issues is that men don't really take women seriously in sports roles, and that's very evident by this keyword chart. On the men's keywords, they're all basically referring to the sport itself, and they're not really referring to the fact that it's men. But on the women's, the top words are her, herself, she, girls, women, and stuff like that. So it shows you that they're more focused on the gender and not the sport itself.
I'm Ryan Williamson, and I'm going to inform you guys on some facts that we have on our poster. So, to start off, an informal survey of 50 high-circulation newspaper sports departments in 2001 showed that women constructed just 13% of employees, mostly in ranks of clerks, copy editors, and reporters. Also, the average career span for women in sports is 10 years, and most of them do not even reach management ranks. In 2012, only 11% of sports reporters were women also.
I'm Carl Churchill, and I'm also going to inform you guys on some more facts on our topic. So if ESPN and sporting news were not taken into account, only 4.2% of employees would be female. Also, according to an ASN study, shows that only 38% of the newsroom staff are women. Also, only 59% of editors felt the need to have women on their staff at all. And 1/4 to 1/3 of these editors also felt that women were less naturally athletic and also less interested in sports as well.
I'm Sam Spino, and I'll be informing you guys on the last couple facts that we have here on our poster. 63% of those with bylines or on-camera appearances as anchors or reporters were men, while women were only 36.1%. More women had bylines at Reuters than at the Associated Press. But at both newswires, male bylines still outnumbered female bylines. Women landed 43% of the bylines at Reuters and at the Associated Press.
I'm Amanda Hogan, and some of the recommendations we have for companies are to create incentives for hiring women and minorities. They should also actively enforce consequences for discrimination and harassment in the workforce. Some of the other things that companies can do to bridge the gender disparity gap is to encourage girls and women to seek out sport journalist jobs. And they should also show men that women are capable of being sports announcers and sports journalists, and they're more than just a pretty face.